Captain on the bridge.
Alright, Captains, we are back on the bridge, and today I thought it would be fun to do something regarding something we saw in Picard Season 2, Episode 2. On screen. The CSS WORLD RAZOR. Now, we already did a video on this when we first saw it in the trailer, and we just thought it would be fun to sort of talk about it a little bit. Now, having seen it again and actually hearing sort of a little bit of lore behind it. Apparently, this is the ship that they use to conquer and take over other species in the name of the Confederation. So, again, we did a video on this. Go check it out, Captains. We'll link it at the end of this video and also in the description. And seeing this, we got inspired to do a build. And so that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to go over the ship, weapons, space set, consoles, traits, station, Doffs, and then take it into Elite Argala and see how it does. So here we go. We're in game right now, but this is the ship that we chose to do it in, which is the, well, I can't do CSS, so I did ISS World Razor. Now, I'm going to keep this name on this ship just because. So here it is, the ISS World Razor. Now let's get into game, kind of show off. And see, now what ship we did use was a recent ship released from the 12th anniversary Terran bundle pack, which is the Cygnus. So here it is. That is the best and closest that we can come up with. And this is huge thanks to Jack from the Twitch bridge who said try these configurations. So as you can see, we use the Venture hull, the Galaxy neck, the Cygnus pylons, and warp nacelles. And this is pretty close in my opinion. Even had this sort of grills kind of going. Of course, you can't do the deflector. Nothing we can do about that. It's not going to get close. Of course, we don't have those separation pieces here on the saucer, but that's okay. I think this was kind of fun to do because we just saw it. And we're getting all the Picard feels. So here we go. Here. So it's, again, it's a Terra Cygnus battlecruiser, and it's kind of fitting. It's a battlecruiser. So again, we took inspiration from what we saw, and that's kind of what we based the build on. And nothing too different. It still has the sort of, you know, the phasers and torps that I love putting on my ships. So here we go. In the 4 weapons, we have 2 Agony Phaser dual beam banks. Okay, these I actually just got from the exchange. All the Agonies I've always just gotten on the exchange, and they're rolled to crit DM damage times 4. And there's a Agony Phaser beam array as well. The next one, we use the Terran Task Force Phaser beam. Okay, this came from your Terran rep, and it's a very good beam. And also we're pairing that with the Terran Task Force Phaser Dual Heavy Cannon. So a lot of, again, what we saw there on the picture was a lot of beams, 2 beams coming out of almost like the deflector area, but then there was like little separated lines on it. So that's why we're just going to use this cannon here. Deflector, Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector from your fleet colony. The Prevailing Innovated Impulse from your competition rep, the Elite Fleet Plasma Integrated Warp Core, which is from your Fleet Spire, and the Tilly's Review Pending Modified Shield from your Discovery rep. The aft weapons, we have the Trilithium Enhanced Omnidirectional Phaser Beam from the mission Nexus as a reward, a crafted Omnidirectional Phaser Beam, rolled to crit DM damage 3, and another Agony Phaser Beam array here. So as you can see, we've just kind of taken inspiration from that painting that we saw in the last episode. Devices, we have the Kobayashi Maru transponder for all its buff goodness, energy candy for the plus 20% bonus energy weapon damage for 20 seconds, the temporal negotiator, and the red matter capacitor. For consoles, we have the Lorcator, or the Lorca's custom fire controls from the Discovery Rep, the Bioneural infusion circuits from the Lobi store. We're going to use the Agony redistributor, which is from the Adamants. Of course, this is like a recursive shearing, but AoE, but I also call recursive shearing like stop hitting yourself power. So, because it stores up some of the damage, and then upon expiration, it deals that damage. The emulating phaser lance, because yes, so much yes. It just fits the theme. This whole thing is coming together. It felt, when I built this last night on the Twitch bridge, it just felt so right. I'm like, you know what? Might as well share this, right? So this comes from your Deimos pilot sword, which is also from PICARD. So yeah, it's the cannon, right? Sure, head cannon. For the phaser damage, 15.8%, and the shield pen of 43.8. We're going to still use the point defense bombardment warhead, of course, from the NX. Any version of the NX for the plus 25% projectile damage plus 1% critical chance. But we are pairing it with the DPRM, which is from the prototype Dreadnought, or Atlas from the lockbox, which you can also get for your event campaign reward. Same thing with the emulating phaser lance. Now, paired up with the bombardment, this of course gives us the plus 33% phaser damage for direct energy weapons. So there's a lot of energy weapons here, I think. Right? No? Okay. So we're using the M6 computer. This is from your Temporal Escort, which is tier 3 from your shipyard, so you can get it for dilithium. Pretty good console, in my opinion. Plus 15% bonus all damage for 15 seconds, 25% cooldown reduction on tactical officer abilities, and 20% fire cycle haste for all weapons for 15 seconds. Now, you also get plus 30 AC and defense in that 15 seconds as well. And we go to its big brother, the Domino, for the plus 15% phaser damage, but also its buff goodness of 25% fire cycle haste for energy weapons, 25% bonus all damage, plus 25% recharge speed for bridge officer abilities. So this is time it's all bridge officer abilities. And then, of course, the 100% recharge speed for torpedo weapons. And then if you defeat a foe within the duration of this console when it's activated, it'll extend it by 2 seconds. This is from your Bajoran Interceptor, which is in the Phoenix prize pack for, I believe it's the Epic. Yeah, it's the Epic. I'm excited. I'm sorry. I'm getting all scatterbrained because I'm excited. This is actually like really fun. The Opening Salvo, which is one of my favorite consoles captains, you know. This is from the Tier 6 Titan. Take the shields off when we use this. Plus, it's still giving us the torpedo look that I always love in Star Trek. And of course, it improves our critical hit chance for our weapons. And then, of course, we just decided to go... Oh, let's not do that. Let's go... just the phaser. We're going all 3 phaser locators. Vulnerability locators for the 39.4 phaser damage and plus 2% critical chance. So, this gives us a stat of... We are not going to see it here. We're going to look at it when we get into the Wanted Argala. In Sector Space, I forgot you can't see it, but that's okay. The reason why I want you captains to see this view, this is why. When we got into game. Just sort of that epic, and this is the type of the shots that I use for my thumbnails anyways, but... So there's that. We'll check out our crit chance and severity after. Skills, we're still using primary intel, secondary temporal. Traits, here we go. A good day to die, superior beam training, self-modulating fire, fragment of AI tech, intense focus, beam barrage, unconventional systems, Terran targeting systems, intelligent agent attaché, and the Boimler effect. And this is what we did here for our Starship traits. Overpowered over guns, universal designs, emergency weapon cycle, withering barrage to extend our Terran cannons, preferential targeting to help our beam overload here, and then we have, of course, super weapon ingenuity, which extends our beam overload. So our main damage dealer on this is a beam overload with a little cannon on the side. Space rep, we have precision, advanced targeting systems, enhanced shield penetration, magnified firepower, and Tyler's duality. Active space rep, we have anti-time entanglement singularity, biomolecular shield generator, force challenge, quantum singular manipulation, refraction tetron cascade. And then for stations, left, right, top to bottom, we had distributing targeting, focused assault, beam overload 3. Let me tell you, captains, every time I do a beam overload build, I love hearing back to back beam overloads. It just feels so satisfying. Very Star Trek to me. Here we got chemocyte laced weaponry, attack pattern beta, tactical team because I had really nothing to use here, and of course cannon scatter volley, mercy powered engines, Heisenberg amplifier, mercy powered weapons, and recursive shearing. So we have two stop hitting yourself with the OG recursive shearing and the adamant console. So whenever you see me use that power captain, just say stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself. Tractor beam and jam targeting sensors. So we have 3 uncounted procs here. It still does fine with this cooldown, in my opinion. Stations, go to our Doffs. We'll go to our Doffs. So we still have the 2 on ground helping us in space. Neil Falconer gives us increased damage when we hit the Borg up. Free slot nonetheless. Elder Miligaton for space damage increase versus all. And then for space, we got the Mercy Con, which is the recharges evasive maneuvers when emergency powered engines is activated. For a little zoom. 3 energy weapons officers. 1 that gives us a chance to stack crit chance. The other, a chance to stack crit severity when we use our energy weapons. And then the 1 to give us a chance for beam overload to cause all attacks against the target to gain 30% shield pen. So not bad at all. We still use Delirene for the increased damage versus Ziberg, and Agent Neural, which when we use attack pattern beta restores hull when firing. So just a little bit of defense. Just a little bit of defense there. So there it is, captains. Again, I think it was just something fun to do after seeing that clip. Now, I personally haven't yet watched the episode. Hear me out here. Hear me out here. I would rather binge the episodes. When the shows are running, I just watch clips here and there, and this is just one of the clips that I saw. But, like I said, we already did a video on this. So, captains, this is kind of cool. I'm actually excited. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to lead our Garla. Remember, Picard is with us. And Riker. But from the Confederation. Okay? From the Confederation. It's kind of weird saying that, but it is what it is. Okay? Oof. This is going to be fun.
Ensign, take us out of here. Maximum warp.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
It's just pretend it's an engage and we're coming in because there's still a warping. See? Alright. So before we go in there, for our status, we have 43.6 crit chance and 196.2 crit severity. Again, we have our Pandevers ranked to 600, so that's helping us, captains. All right, here we go. Here we go, caps.
Tactical alert. Vessel approaching, bearing 184, Mark 7.
All hands.
It's still Picard.
Battle stations.
Weapons hot, deflectors deployed.
See, it's giving that look of the beams firing and cannons. Sure. This is going to be the World Razor because this is all we have to do with. So Cryptic, when? Okay? When? There's the first group. Oof. See from afar, squint a little bit, looks like it. Okay, let's save our major buffs here for this group.
You have entered an... You are now my deputy. Looks like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their boss might come out of hiding.
Take the shield out. Apply this. Oh, the Agonist and Disputer love there. No shield for y'all. That was awesome. Okay, see, it kind of, look at that, all that goodness. See? All that goodness. Just the paint, like the painting. PICARD would be proud. There we go.
You will stand down and surrender to the Benton Guard. Sensors are picking up small habitations in some of the asteroids, possibly consistent with...
It looks apart, Captain. Look at that. Beams. All that cannon. See? Again, you just gotta squint just a little bit. Oh, geez, like one-shotting everyone here. Love it. Oh. Ooh, love the back-to-back beam overloads. Do this again. Oh! Okay, captains, be careful. The agony redistributed skill kill you. It's okay. It's alright. This is just something fun to do, okay? Don't judge. We're just having fun here. If you're not having fun, you're not playing a game, okay? We're gonna use that console again if it comes up for the last group, okay? That console, by the way, needs to be fixed, so... Please, Cryptic, when you can. Fix it, please. Thank you. Just when I don't have Re and or Gravimetric Torpedo, I still manage to find a way to blow myself up. It is what it is. Let's turn about. We're going to use whatever buffs we have here just to finish this group off. We're going to take the shields out now. Bye, shields. And we're still hitting the other targets with our cannon scatter volley. And we have one more here. Where'd he go? Right over there. Merge power engines, reset our evasive maneuvers. Redistributor. Move back up.
Excellent work. We'll send over a
Oh.
party. Take the suspect
Okay, that was
into
fun.
custody.
That was fun. That was too much fun. Okay, one sec. One sec, sir.
And
Go over here. Let's do our shelfies. Captains, if you don't know, that is our ship selfies. Park it over here. Try to get that angle that we got there. Straighten her out. Get out there. That pick right about there. Captains, so that's how it did. Other than the fact that I agony redistributed myself, this was fun. Okay, Captains, that's one of the things that we really try to do here on the bridge is just have fun. And finding ways to sort of make Star Trek Online, this game, fun is sort of what I love to do. It doesn't take much for me to take inspiration from something to turn, to translate that into game. Because this is what it is, a game. And it's Star Trek. So that's all it is about. Captains, I know I'm not the best shipbuilder, but this was really, really fun to do. I've said that maybe a gajillion times, but it was. I really want to share my love, my passion for Star Trek, especially when we're in Star Trek Online, because, again, with all the recent stuff that's happened with Star Trek leaking into Star Trek Online, and of course Star Trek Online leaking into Star Trek, the possibilities, Captains, is just... I'm trying to keep my hopes down a little bit, but Cryptic, so when are we going to get the actual World Razor in-game? I'm going to get it. It's the... Okay, it's a Galaxy one. It's a bonus point. It's not the prettiest looking thing. I don't like how there's a deflector up here, but just because of what we saw and what we could do in-game, I'm in. I'm totally... I'd buy the skin. I'm like throwing Zen at the screen. Nothing's happening. So, again, Captain, this was, again, the Cygnus ship there from the 12th anniversary bundle. Again, if you have a tier 6 coupon, you should be able to get the ship for free. And it's a great ship regardless, in my opinion. A 5.3 works for me. And even has a little bit of a command there. So, highly recommended. Captains, maybe try this out yourself, see how much fun you can have. So again, Captains, I invite you to the Twitch bridge where we do have our nightly PvP shenanigans, and we just spend time with our fellow captains and really just nerd out and talk about just so much Trek going on right now, so much to talk about. So even though we're doing a lot of paperwork in that time, we're just nerding out and having fun. So with that said, Captains, always try to do some stuff like this to just keep the game fresh for you, because there's so much Trek going on right now that I think Star Trek Online has gotten this boost of life, and we're gonna see things that we've never seen before. And I hope we get to see the CSS World Razor in game. But with that said, we will call it there.
Don't let them promote you. Don't let them transfer you. Don't let them do anything that takes you off the bridge of that ship, because while you're there, you can make a difference.